Lesson: Ethical decision-making frameworks in blockchain governance. Ethical decision-making frameworks are essential in navigating the complex landscape of blockchain governance. These frameworks provide structured approaches for determining the ethical course of action in situations where the interests of various stakeholders may conflict. In blockchain, where decentralized systems often lack a central authority, decision-making becomes a shared responsibility, necessitating clear ethical guidelines to ensure fairness, transparency, and accountability. One widely recognized ethical decision-making framework is the utilitarian approach, which advocates for actions that maximize overall happiness or welfare. Applying this to blockchain governance involves evaluating how decisions affect all stakeholders, including developers, users, and investors. For instance, in the case of a controversial protocol upgrade, the utilitarian approach would require assessing the potential benefits and harms to each group and opting for the course that offers the greatest net benefit. A real-world example is the Ethereum DAO hard fork, where the decision to fork the blockchain was driven by the desire to protect the majority from financial harm, even though it controversially altered the blockchain's immutability. Another significant framework is deontological ethics, which focuses on adherence to rules and duties. Within blockchain governance, this approach emphasizes the importance of sticking to predetermined protocols and smart contract terms. For example, if a smart contract has a flaw, a deontologist might argue against any intervention that alters the contract's execution post hoc, insisting on respecting the code as law. This approach underscores the need for robust, transparent, and fair rule-setting processes in blockchain governance to prevent ethical quandaries down the line. Virtue ethics, which emphasizes the role of character and virtues in ethical decision-making, also holds relevance. Blockchain governance can benefit from fostering virtues such as honesty, integrity, and fairness among participants. This approach suggests that cultivating a culture of ethical behavior within blockchain communities can organically lead to more ethical decision-making. For instance, promoting transparency and open communication can help prevent conflicts and ensure that all voices are considered in governance decisions. Practical tools such as ethical impact assessments can further aid in implementing these frameworks. These assessments involve systematically evaluating the potential ethical implications of a blockchain project or decision before implementation. By identifying possible conflicts or negative outcomes early, stakeholders can make informed adjustments that align with their ethical commitments. For example, a project that introduces a new consensus mechanism might conduct an ethical impact assessment to understand how the change affects network security and participant inclusion, ensuring that it does not inadvertently disadvantage certain groups. Another practical tool is the Delphi method, a structured communication technique that relies on a panel of experts to achieve consensus on complex issues. In blockchain governance, involving a diverse group of stakeholders in a Delphi study can help identify ethical priorities and develop guidelines that reflect the community's collective wisdom. This method was used effectively in the governance of the Cardano blockchain, where community input helped shape the platform's ethical guidelines. Blockchain governance can also benefit from scenario analysis, a tool that involves exploring different future states of the world by examining the outcomes of various decisions. By considering the long-term ethical implications of decisions, stakeholders can better navigate the uncertainty inherent in blockchain environments. For example, scenario analysis could be used to evaluate the potential impact of introducing anonymity-enhancing features on a blockchain, weighing the benefits of privacy against the risks of facilitating illicit activities. Case studies provide valuable lessons in applying ethical decision-making frameworks in blockchain governance. The Bitcoin Cash hard fork serves as a pertinent example, illustrating the challenges of balancing competing ethical priorities. Proponents of the fork argued that it was necessary to adhere to Bitcoin's original vision of being a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, which they felt had been compromised by Bitcoin's scalability issues. Opponents, however, viewed the fork as a violation of the ethical principle of maintaining network integrity. This case highlights the importance of clear, ethical decision-making frameworks in guiding such contentious decisions. Statistics underline the significance of ethical governance in blockchain. A survey by the Cambridge Center for Alternative Finance found that over 70% of industry participants consider ethical issues to be crucial in blockchain governance. This underscores the growing recognition of the need for ethical frameworks to guide decision-making processes in this rapidly evolving field. Implementing ethical decision-making frameworks in blockchain governance requires a commitment to ongoing education and dialogue among stakeholders. By fostering a culture of ethical awareness and responsibility, blockchain communities can ensure that their governance structures evolve in a manner that aligns with shared ethical values. This entails regular workshops and discussions to keep abreast of new ethical challenges and the development of community-driven ethical guidelines. In conclusion, ethical decision-making frameworks are vital for ensuring that blockchain governance is conducted in a manner that is fair, transparent, and accountable. By adopting and integrating frameworks such as utilitarian, deontological, and virtue ethics, and employing practical tools like ethical impact assessments, the Delphi method, and scenario analysis, blockchain communities can navigate complex ethical landscapes effectively. Real-world examples and case studies further illustrate how these frameworks can be applied to address real-world challenges, enhancing proficiency in blockchain governance. As the blockchain ecosystem continues to grow, the importance of ethical decision-making will only increase, highlighting the need for ongoing education and commitment to ethical practices.